I'm standing here on the edge of one of the main quarries in the Larvik alkaline complex called the Tweedledin area. And this is only one of the quarries, with many of them to the north of us and also to the east of us. And they're quarrying here, you can see, for something called Larvikite, which is essentially a alkaline rock called a monzocyanite. And they use it for various things, from countertops to building stone and any sort of ornamental use. What we're interested in particularly is all the pegmatites that are running through this complex. The complex itself is about 280 million years old, and it formed after the southern part of Norway in the Oslo Rift Valley actually rifted and tore apart, and different rock types came through. The first ones were more mafic, like basalts, and the Larvik complex was one of the last parts of the Oslo Rift to form. It's comprised mainly of these rocks. The rocks to the east are quite a bit younger, and they're less alkaline, so there's less sodium and potassium and less rare elements like niobium and zirconium. And as you go west in the complex to approximate where we are, you get more alkaline rocks. There's no quartz in them, for instance, lots of nepheline, and the pegmatites that come up as kind of a last gasp of magma contain many rare elements, in particular lots of niobium, lots of zirconium. In these quarries here, we also get lots of beryllium and lots of boron. So the pegmatites cross-cut all these main rocks that are in the quarries, and they're very easy to see in some of the walls. In the quarries, the miners actually don't like them because they ruin the competency of the rock and the rock quality in general. So when they cut blocks, as you can see down at the bottom, they've cut through that rock with a wire saw and then pushed it down. If there's fractures or pegmatites in it, it splits apart, and that's not good for mining when they want solid blocks and that they can use for slabbing without running into fractures or into pegmatites. So this trip in the Larvik complex, we're actually sampling rocks from each of the different quarries and some of the other areas to the north where there are no quarries. We've been sampling rock, road outcrop, and also traversing through the bush, because we want to discover what ages, how each of these parts of the complex relate to each other, what the ages are, what the different geochemistry is, and then maybe say something about the evolution of the complex as a whole, because it's not completely understood yet. We know that these rocks are quite a bit younger than the ones to the east, but the rocks in between, even looking at the different larvikites that they're mining, you can see differences in the color, differences in the textures of the rocks, and there's some debate about the relationships between each of the ring sections, so they're called, and the ages that they occur. So this is one of our last stops on our field trip, and we have a nice sunny day.
Finally.
Finally.
Okay.